Hey everyone, the anime world is absolutely massive. Seriously, you'll never finish it all in this lifetime. Massive. With over 200 new series dropping every single year, it's super easy to get lost in all the noise. But let's be real, not all anime are created equal. Some shows just stick with you. Some you feel deep down. And some you just have to see at least once in your life. So, whether you're just dipping your toes into the anime world or you're a seasoned fan who might have missed a few gems, this list is for you. We're talking rom-coms, dramas, and slice-of-life anime that are funny, thoughtful, sometimes sad, and always unforgettable. Watch till end to find out must-watch anime. Now let's start with number 9 anime. At No 9, we have Barakamon. Barakamon anime is about young calligrapher Saishu Handa punches a critic. He's shipped off to a remote island to cool down. There, he meets a bunch of eccentric villagers, especially Neru, a wild little girl who completely turns his world upside down. Barakamon is truly a warm hug of an anime. It's about rediscovering creativity, finding joy in simplicity, and learning that sometimes kids are the best teachers. At number 8, we have Ms. Kobayashi's Dragon Maid. In Ms. Kobayashi's Dragon Maid anime follows the story of Kobayashi. After a night of drinking, she encounters a dragon, and when we wakes up at next morning, she finds that dragon has transformed into maid and want to live with Ms. Kobayashi. Don't let the cutesy art fool you. This anime is hilarious, heartwarming, and surprisingly deep. Plus, the action scenes are shockingly good for a slice-of-life comedy. At No 7, we have Tamako Market. This is one of those slow and sweet shows you just throw on when you want to smile. Tamako is a mochi shop girl living her best and slightly weird life. Things get really weird when a talking bird from a foreign land decides to move in. Yes, it sounds ridiculous, but give it a few episodes and you'll be utterly charmed by the humor, the warm vibes, and the subtle slice-of-life magic. My teen romantic comedy snafu anime is at number 6. Hikigaya Hachiman is a lazy student, and because of some punishment, he has to join the service club of his high school. He has to help his classmates and other students with their problems alongside Yukino. Yukino is a smart girl, and they are both opposites of each other. Because of that, the psychological war of their different thoughts and opinions always happens. This anime is sharp, cynical, and way deeper than you'd expect. If you're into character-driven stories that question everything about high school life, this one's The next anime we're going to talk about is one of the best romance anime out there. One of the big advantages of this anime is that it has only 2 seasons and is complete, so you don't have to wait for another season to be released. At number 5, we have Horimiya. On the surface, Hori is the popular girl, and Miyamura is the quiet, awkward guy. But outside of school, she's basically a mom, while Miyamura is completely different. He's tattooed, pierced, and full of secrets. Horimiya is all about breaking the high school romance stereotype. It's funny, sweet, and packed with real moments that make you go all without ever being cringy. At number 4, we got one of best rom-com anime, Komi Can't Communicate. Komi is beautiful, elegant, and admired by everyone. There's just one tiny problem. She can't communicate. Behind her flawless appearance, Komi has extreme social anxiety. When she meets Tadano, a totally average guy who figures out her problem, and he decides to help her so that she can communicate, making 100 friends. It's sweet, funny, and full of wholesome moments that'll make you want to cheer her on every single step of the way. At number 3, we have an anime that's quite unique in its own way, Wotakoi. Love is hard for otaku. Finally, a rom-com about adults who are still obsessed with anime, games, and manga. Wotakoi follows a group of working professionals who also have full hilarious, lovable nerds try to juggle work, relationships, and all their fan sessions. It's cozy, funny, and absolutely perfect for couples who want some. At number 2, we have Insomniacs After School. Ever felt like you're the only one awake while the rest of the world sleeps? That's exactly what Insomniacs After School taps into. This anime beautifully shows us what insomnia is. Ganta has insomnia, and while searching for a place to sleep at school, he ends up in the abandoned observatory. There, he finds Asaki, who also has insomnia, and they start connecting over their shared sleeplessness. What begins as two strangers meeting in the dark turns into a quiet, dreamy romance wrapped in moonlight and photography. Watch this one when you're in the mood for something gentle, thoughtful, and now at last at number 1 is Hyuka. First up, if you love mysteries with a side of slow burn romance and insanely good atmosphere, Hyuka is totally your jam. This anime follows Hotaru Uriki, a guy who lives by the motto, "If I don't need to do it, I won't. If I have to, I'll make it quick." He somehow ends up in the classic literature club, not by choice, and meets Eru Kitanda, who's curious, charming, and basically his polar opposite. What starts as harmless school club fun slowly unfolds into deep mysteries, emotional undercurrents, and some of the most beautiful visual storytelling in anime. You're not watching Hyuka for explosions or action. You're watching it to feel something.